1100, and Mr. Harville is present.
We have a plea agreement to be filed on Mr. Harville's case, Your Honor. We need to make one adjustment. Probation had inquired. Just making it memo eval and the BIP started in the first year, okay? You know, the only change I was making, the state or the probation had asked about the status of the mental health eval, so I added that to the
Okay. Thank you very much. Oops. Thank you. Is this a downward departure?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a downward departure based on a legitimate and uncoerced plea agreement, also taking into consideration the wishes of the victim.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Harville, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down if you'll state your name, please.
Argus Harville.
Thank you. You're here in case 25 CF 1100, and you're charged with one count of aggravated battery on a pregnant person, which is a second-degree felony, and the maximum penalty on that charge is 15 years state prison. Have you had a chance to talk to your lawyer about that charge and any possible defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you discussed the plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read and sign the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your signature on the last page?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's showing on the agreement? Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
No, Your Honor.
I have a score sheet that shows 56 total sentence points for a lowest permissible prison sentence of 21 months. Any objections or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any exculpatory DNA?
No, Your Honor.
I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. Sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand the plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that an adjudication of guilt on this charge means that you are prohibited from possessing any firearms or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand that you're also excluded from the possibility of either early termination or converting the rest of your probation to administrative probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How do you plead to count one?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered. In accordance with your agreement, there's an adjudication of guilt, and you're placed on probation for 48 months. Are the court costs 967? $967 in court cost, $150 cost of defense. There are special terms and conditions. First of all, you must complete a batterer's intervention program. You must start that program within the first year of probation. That's a 26-week program. You have to go every week, and if you miss, and I don't know how many times you can miss, but it's not many before you get kicked out and you have to start over. So just letting you know about that. You are to have no violent contact with Miss, is it Kelsey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Kelsey Christine Matlock. And you must have a mental health evaluation and successfully complete any recommended treatment. That evaluation must also take place within the first year. And it says on here, waive cost of supervision. Mr. Carville, are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What would be the basis for the waiver?
Again, Your Honor, even with his employment, he's still declared indigent, meaning he's under the poverty level. He will be paying for the VIP course as well as the mental health evaluation. And I'm sure the court remembers, but Mr. Harville just had a child in common with Ms. Matlock, so there'll be some costs associated with the fees, with raising the child as well as any hospital potential as well. And I don't want to set him up for failure because we're looking at a violation for failing to pay the cost of supervision. And I know that probation on their own can also ask to waive supervision. Typically, they will. I just try to save everybody a bit of time and effort.
Okay, well. I don't have an issue with waiving the cost of supervision during the batterer's intervention program because people who are participating in that program have to pay the fee and it's every week. And there's no way to waive that. But absent that, if he's not in the BIP program,
Yes, Your Honor, and just so the record's clear, he does essentially, his average take-home is about $1,500. $40 a month of that, we can do the math, that does take up a bit of percentage on that. Again, with the fees associated with a young child, he technically is not living with Ms. Matlock at this point, so it's a separate household. He's also providing support for her as well. I know that the court has been kind of taking issue with this, but as I said, typically it's not a situation where if it was a private attorney where they retain, they might have the fees associated with the funds to do that. Typically, our clients usually can't afford that. I know I recently talked with a client who was talking about restitution, and I inquired about how much, and he could barely do $30 a month, and that understanding was that that would either be we pay that amount or we don't get water for the house. So, again, it's $40 a month. I'm trying to make sure it isn't a violation on a lot of these, Your Honor.
I understand. And I'm not trying to be unsympathetic. There is a statute, it's 948.09, and it has a list of criteria regarding exemption from the cost of supervision. And this is under subparagraph 3, and these are the criteria. Offender has diligently attempted but has been unable to obtain or maintain employment that provides him or her sufficient income to make such payments. B is offender is a student in a school, college, university, or course of career training designed to fit the student for gainful employment. Letter C is offender has an employment handicap, physical, psychological, or psychiatric. D is offender's age prevents him or her from obtaining employment. And E is offender is responsible for the support of dependents and the payment of such contribution constitutes an undue hardship on the offender. And F is the offender's been transferred out of state under the interstate compact. So I heard what you had said, that he's got a new child, and he's, is that $1,500 a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, what's probation's position? All right. The court will authorize the waiver of cost of supervision in
Yes,
light
sir.
of what was stated
And-
about the child and the income.
Yes, Your Honor, and just hearing the court announce those out loud, I will tell the court, we've had waivers, and then they've transferred out of state, and probation will tell you on the record, the waiver only counts for in-state. Out-of-state, they may charge you, so I don't know how that statute really jives with what happens, so
Yeah,
again, this is what happens when, you don't practice the law and you write a statute, I suppose.
I guess so. I guess so. I don't know. I guess that maybe they mean the state of Florida charging the cost of supervision for somebody who's out of state. Maybe that's what it means. But, all right. Did I leave out anything?
No, Your Honor, if I could have a second.
Sure.
And Your Honor, just so the record's clear, the court had announced at one point that there was no early termination or conversion to non-reporting supervision. That was something I had addressed with Mr. Harville. I was unaware that had changed, and I asked the state, and I guess it changed recently on that. So I was making sure Mr. Harville didn't have any issues with that, because I had advised him he potentially could seek early termination or conversion. But it sounds like that is something that's not allowable under the statute anymore.
Well, it does say, I have a note about that, and I'm just reading the note because I think there's an exception. Let me see if it's in the plea agreement.
No, Your Honor, our plea agreements don't typically incorporate the idea of
Okay.
early termination or waiving early termination. It's usually addressed in the sentencing section.
Okay. This is what the language is that, that was discussed, and I think it's in the, might be in the state's sentence recommendations. I'm reading from an email that went out by Judge Stone advising us of the changes. It says, this is something the defendant would be advised. I am specifically excluded from the possibility of either early termination or conversion to administrative probation as provided in section 948.044D. This does not prevent and the word is cut off, from requesting early termination by filing an appropriate motion with notice to the state. Early termination or conversion to administrative probation would be determined by the court. So it looks like there's an exclusion, but then you can file a motion. I don't understand what the difference, I mean, how that works, but there is something that says you're specifically excluded,
Yes, Your Honor.
so.
And that's what I was addressing with Mr. Harville, because I had that conversation with him. Last week it wasn't addressed on some of these, so it was brought up today, and I wanted to make sure he had no issues with that prior to agreeing to everything the court had done. I wanted to make sure he didn't want to have some more time to think about that, with that being an issue.
Okay. So, also the firearm and ammunition prohibition. That's under
It's
federal
an
law.
adjudication, Your Honor. He's a convicted felon, so he lost that right.
Ah,
We did have that conversation.
okay. right. Well,
Thank you, Your Honor.
sir, you need to see, is that Officer Johnson? Okay, see Officer Johnson before you leave the courtroom. She's right there on the front row. And go straight from the courthouse to probation to check in today. Okay? Good luck to you. You have 30 days to appeal the order of the court. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'll appoint one.
Yes, Your Honor. Next up, that's Ms. Alicia Keeney, Your Honor.
Okay?
Your Honor, she's before the court in 25 CF 916. We left her as a status on a plea. I think we've got it worked out. However, it's going to come with a license suspension. So we're going to set her for February where she might be able to depend on family to help her get around until
Okay.
she can get the business purpose license.
All right.
The state has no objection, Your Honor, that is what Mr. Gates and I discussed.
February 9th at 9 o'clock for pretrial conference. And Mr. Gates, if you wish to bring in the case early, of course, I know you will.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
The next I've got is going to be Ms. Caitlin King.
Oh, and Ms. Keeney's case number is 25 CF 916. I think you announced it, but just in case I couldn't remember. All right,
Yes,
Ms.
Your Honor. This is Ms. Caitlin King before the court in 25 CF 1601. We had a plea agreement to be filed in her case. If I may approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you.
No objection.
Thank you.
I do have, asked the court to waive her supervision fees. Her supervision fees were waived in the case that she's currently on probation for, that this is going to be running concurrent to.
Okay, and there's also a cost of transportation expense of $166.62 from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. So that would be imposed as well.
$66, you okay with that? We would have no objection to the court incorporating that into the plea agreement.
All right.
COT, cost of transportation.
Is there a VOP case coming?
No, Your Honor, she was not violated. This occurred prior to being placed on probation.
Okay.
And in fact, if the court was to look at that case number, the state filed a no process dismissal on the violation of probation because she was actually arrested on it at one point.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Oh, great, thank you. All right, ma'am, if you'll raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. If you'll state your name, please.
Caitlin King.
All right, Ms. King, you're here in case 25 CF 1601, and you're charged with 2 counts of illegal use of personal identification information of a deceased person, and each of those counts is a third-degree felony, and they each carry a maximum penalty of up to 5 years state prison. Have you had a chance to talk to your lawyer about those charges and any possible defenses?
Yes.
Have you discussed the plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. Did you read and sign the agreement?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the last page?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. There's a court reporter listening, and I just want to make sure she can hear. Thank you. Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's showing on the agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
No.
I have a score sheet. It shows 4.7 total sentence points. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any exculpatory DNA?
That's the state's knowledge, Your Honor.
I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. Ma'am, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand that the plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
How do you plead to counts 1 and 2?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered. In accordance with your agreement, there's an adjudication of guilt on both counts, and on each count, you're placed on 24 months of probation. This will run concurrent and also concurrent to case 24 CF 2708. Cost of supervision was already waived in that 2024 case, so it would be waived in this one as well. Is it $515?
Yes, ma'am.
$515 in court cost, $150 cost of defense. Restitution, is it $5.58? Okay. Restitution to the estate of Kyle Robert Creech. The address is 206 Hawthorne Circle, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, 32547, in the amount of $5.58. You must successfully complete an anti-theft course. You can do that online. You are to have no contact with the deceased victim's family. You must perform 100 hours of community service work. That'll be due at a minimum of 10 hours per month beginning in February 2026. And also, the court is imposing the cost of transportation request that Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office put in the court file for $166.62. Did I cover everything?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, you have 30 days to appeal the order of the court. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'll appoint one for you. Good luck to you. Please see Officer Johnson before you leave the courtroom, and then you need to go to probation to check in today as soon as you leave the courthouse, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, next I've got is Anthony Kraus.
Okay?
Well, I thought I was, but I just got a couple other pieces of information.
25 CF 1928, Mr. Anthony Kraus, he's present.
Yes, Your Honor. We had left Mr. Kraus as a status. At this time, if we can continue his case to February the 9th, I intend to schedule depositions in his case.
All right. Any objection from the state?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this will be continued at the defense's request to February 9th, 2026, 9 o'clock, pretrial conference. Thank you, sir. Stay in touch with Mr. Gates, okay? Thank you.
I think that's all that I have that I know that are present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Gates.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I was in misdemeanor court. I'm not late. I just want to make sure the court was aware.
I figured, and Mr. Harper did tell us that he would have coverage, so I figured you were probably running around.
I am. Thank you, Your
Yes,
Honor.
sure.
Your Honor, I have one matter. Katie Jakewood on behalf of Jatora Cooper covering for Rudy Harper. That case number is 25 CF 409. Ms. Cooper, are you Ms. Cooper? Ms. Cooper is present and approaching, Your Honor. I was provided the PTI paperwork this morning. This is going to be a PTI resolution with a plea. Given my very limited lack of knowledge about what the terms of the PTI were to be and things of that nature, and given the fact that one of these charges is a second-degree felony, I'm not really comfortable assisting Ms. Cooper in entering this plea today. If the court would give us whatever the next miscellaneous date, the first miscellaneous date the court has in January, I do anticipate, I believe Ms. Cooper is interested in accepting this resolution. I'm just not comfortable doing so without having more knowledge about the information that was supposed to be included, especially with that plea. So if the court would just give us the next miscellaneous date, we can get this wrapped up by then.
Is it something that if you took a few minutes to talk to Ms. Cooper, that, or do you
Your Honor, there is about $5,000 in restitution that's owed as a condition of this PTI. And with it being a plea, I just don't have enough information, honestly, to advise her that this is the appropriate resolution, though I do anticipate this is a conversation she's had with Mr. Harper. I'm not comfortable assisting her in entering the plea today. And Mr. Harper won't be back until next week, and then I know we run into the holiday craziness. So
Okay. All
if the
right.
court would allow for that first miscellaneous date, we will get it wrapped up by then.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. That would be January 13th
Is that 9 AM, Your Honor?
Yes.
Just to verify, okay, perfect.
at 9 o'clock. And do I need to go ahead and set pretrial in February or just,
My understanding is that they were just waiting on the PTI paperwork to get a resolution together, so I don't anticipate that it'll need to go any further than the 13th. If Madam Clerk's comfortable with just leaving it on the 13th, I don't foresee it needing a future court date after that.
let me go ahead and, I'm just going to go ahead and set February 9th as well.
Okay.
For pretrial conference. Obviously, if the case resolves on January 13th, then that would be canceled, but
Yes,
at
ma'am.
least the pretrial conference is on the books, so we can stay on track.
Yes, ma'am.
So, all right, that would be February 9th at 9 o'clock, but we are set for January 13th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am, that's the court date I've given her.
Great.
And I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna just verify contact information so I can make sure that they're all on the same page for then, so it doesn't need to go any further. But I do apologize, Your Honor, I'm just not comfortable with the plea. If it was just straight PTI, it might be a different story, but with a plea to a second-degree felony, I'm just not comfortable doing that. So I
Understood.
appreciate the court.
Understood, and if you could pass along to Mr. Harper that this is the final continuance. So the case either needs to resolve either on that January date or no later than February 9th, or we'll go to trial in February.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't believe Mr. Harper had anything else, if I may be excused.
Thank you. Have a
And
good
Madam
day.
Clerk is confirming that I'm correct.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Steve Medina. I'm now ready. I apologize to the
Okay.
court for.
Go ahead. Who would you like to call first?
I want to try to do out of custody first as much as possible, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
First, with a plea agreement is Troy Adams.
All right, 25 CF 1516.
Yes, I do.
Morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, it's cold in here.
Yes, it's freezing.
Oh, sorry.
Your Honor, I'm looking for my copies. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Giving probation a copy. I'm giving you an extra copy, okay? Yeah. Your Honor, he signed the agreement that we've been over, and I'm handing it to the state to sign.
All right.
Let's make sure there's no missing a page. Thanks. Thank you. Judge, Your Honor, this is a felony DUI that he's going to be adjudicated guilty on, as well as a felony driving he's being adjudicated guilty on, and there's a misdemeanor refusal. I did not know the court costs for sure. I don't know if that's something the clerk can tell me before I approach, but I apologize, I didn't fill it in.
That's fine.
So it's gonna be 683 for the court cost.
There also is a $2,000 fine, so there'll be a surcharge with that. I
Yes.
didn't write plus surcharge, Your Honor.
Okay.
So that's six what, ma'am?
683,
And that's it,
yes.
as far as court costs, 683.
Yes.
Thank you.
Plus the 150.
Public defender.
Yes, ma'am, plus the 150, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. The score sheet's on the back.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Can I get a copy?
Yes, you can. Just contact my office if you can't get it online.
And I want a link to the video.
Sir?
I'll get with you later. What's it?
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, I apologize. I think the score sheet is the same one I had. Can the court tell us what the total points was on there?
40.9?
40.9?
Yes, 40.9.
That's what we have, that's
Oh,
what we
great.
had, Judge. So
Great.
we're not questioning the score sheet.
Okay.
What was that number, 688? 630, 678?
683.
No, 683.
683.
Sorry, my dyslexia. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted you to have it correct. Thank you.
And I'm writing on here 5% surcharge mandatory on the fine.
Did probation have that, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
5% surcharge on the $2,000 fine?
Yeah, I wrote the surcharge.
Thank you.
All right, sir, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. If you'll state your name, please.
Troy Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. You're here on case 25 CF 1516, one count of felony DUI, which is a third-degree felony with a maximum penalty of 5 years state prison, one count of driving while license suspended, third conviction, that is also a third-degree felony with a maximum penalty of 5 years state prison, and one count of refusing to submit to a DUI test, which is a first-degree misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail. Have you had a chance to talk to your lawyer about those charges and any possible defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have you discussed the plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read and sign the agreement?
Yes, I did.
Is that your signature on the last page?
It is.
Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
I do.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
I do.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's showing on the agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Absolutely.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
Just my prescription meds.
All right. Does any of your prescription medication that you took affect your ability to understand what you're doing?
No.
And I mentioned a minute ago, the score sheet shows 40.9 total sentence points. Any objections?
No, Your
All right. Any exculpatory DNA that anyone is aware of?
Not to our knowledge, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. Sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand that the plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, I do.
How do you plead to counts 1, 2, and 3?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered in accordance with your agreement. There's an adjudication of guilt on all 3 counts. On counts 1 and 2, all right, I do have a question. I see there's 45 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit, of course. Then there's also this Keaton. So what about the?
45 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he has credit.
Does the state stipulate,
Yes.
he understands that he has 45?
Okay, that was my question.
He already has
Wonderful.
the
I
45.
apologize
Yes.
for
Okay.
I see.
not clarifying, Your Honor.
Okay. So the 45 days, is that on, I know it's already been served, but is that on all 3 counts?
That was concurrent, Your Honor.
That is concurrent, Your Honor.
Okay. So on all 3 counts, you must spend 45 days in the Okaloosa County Jail concurrent with credit for time served, and it sounds like there's already a stipulation that you've already served the 45 days. And then, as to counts 1 and 2, you're placed on probation for a period of 3 years with a special condition that you enter and successfully complete Keaton. And that's street to bed, so how will that be set up? I mean, who, does probation?
Probation will send a referral to Keaton. They'll let us know when the bed is available. I believe it's gonna be pretty quick, because I think they have open beds right now. And once they tell us that, then we'll transfer him to the Pensacola office and Keaton.
Okay, so
That can make arrangements to get there.
is there a time frame once once you notify Mr. Adams that a bed's available? Like, how long does he have to?
Referral within,
Yeah,
I think we do the referral within 30 days, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be within a week. We'll send the referral right away.
okay, and then,
Right upon intake and stuff.
so then, how long does he?
Has he already been screened for Keaton?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Then yeah, it's just an easy referral.
Okay,
They'll let us know.
If the bed's available, I've advised him it could be as soon as tonight.
okay. So once probation tells you that you have to go,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to go. Is there like a deadline for him to report? I'm just,
I guess the same
He
day.
needs to report to our office immediately, and then
Well-
once we tell him that the bed's available, he'll leave whatever time they tell us, that's when he has to be there.
gotcha. That's what I was wondering, like, is there, yes,
Your Honor, I just wanted to put on the record that he's already under, I believe it's 2 years probation that's being monitored by Okaloosa County Probation on an out-of-county probation. I think, what was it, Polk?
Polk, yes.
So this probation will be concurrent to
Yes.
that? And
Yes.
it doesn't affect that in any way?
Correct.
But it's also not an add-on to that.
Right, it's concurrent.
This probation commences today.
yes. So on counts 1 and 2 is that special condition of Keaton. And that's what I wanted to clarify, is whenever you're notified a bed is available at Keaton and you need to go, then you got to get there.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
you're going to be in violation.
Yes, ma'am.
And on count 3, there's 11 months and 29 days of probation concurrent to the other counts. All counts are concurrent. There is a $2,000 fine plus a 5% surcharge on that fine, $683 in court costs, $150 cost of defense. That includes the application fee. You must complete 100 hours of community service. You must successfully complete a multi-offender DUI school. You must successfully complete a victim impact panel. Your vehicle, if you have one, will be impounded for 30 days. And again, if you have a vehicle, there's a 2-year interlock requirement. Your driver's license is permanently revoked. Did I cover all of the terms and conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you have 30 days to appeal the order of the court. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'll appoint one for you. Good luck to you. See Officer Johnson before you leave the courtroom, and then go straight from here to probation and check in. Do you have transportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
And thank you, and thanks
Thank you, Your Honor.
to
Thank you,
State
sir.
Probation for coordinating a quick turnaround on
Yes,
Keaton.
thank you.
Your Honor, next is Lakeith Armstrong.
All right, that is 25 CF 857.
And we have a plea agreement. There was one detail I needed to get clarification on. May I have a moment?
Sure.
To ask? this was handwritten because I was having computer problems. Can I let probation take a
Sure, go ahead.
copy with the phone?
Go ahead.
Do you mind taking a copy of this? Phone? Thank you. I think they can do the work for me. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I keep getting these questions of court costs. It's a grand theft auto with a resisting without violence. I think that's going to be $515.
Correct.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am, that's $515 court costs. Fill in the blank for that one. Oh, it's on your phone.
Is it on there?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, he's signing the agreement.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Give you score sheets too.
Yeah, I need a revised score sheet. The one I had was, I only have a really old one.
So, right, we have that.
Yeah, but a lot of these came over no pros. Your Honor, there, do you want to do that later, or can
Just
we do
do
that
it.
while we
Yeah,
talk to
just-
the judge?
yeah.
Your Honor, there was another case that he had, and the state is excising those charges from his score sheet.
Okay.
But we are ready to approach with the signed plea and sentence agreement.
Wonderful.
And
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, I'm going to go ahead and just briefly state the terms because
Sure.
it is in handwriting, and I apologize, I don't have my phone to make a copy.
Okay,
So it's going to be adjudication of guilt as charged on a third-degree felony, grand theft auto, and a first-degree misdemeanor resisting without violence. It's going to be 24 months probation on the felony count, count 1, time served on count 2, 24 hours community service, no contact with the alleged victim, Nicole McGowan, $1,800 restitution, no trespassing at 1477 Bentley Circle, Fort Walton Beach, $515 court costs, $150 PD fees.
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, sir, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give will be the truth? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down if you'll state your name, please.
Lakeith Armstrong.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong. You're here in case 25 CF 857, and you heard your attorney announce the charges, grand theft auto and resisting an officer without violence. Count 1 is a third-degree felony, maximum penalty 5 years in prison. Count 2 is a first-degree misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 1 year in jail. Did you have a chance to talk to your lawyer about those charges and any possible defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you discussed the plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read and sign the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your signature on the back page?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's on this agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
All right. And I'll come back to the score sheet in just a minute. Is the state aware of any DNA?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. Sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand that the plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I'm going to check the score sheet and make sure you,
Sorry, Judge. I just wanted to clarify on the record, because it was a topic of conversation, that he is by statute entitled to request early termination if he has no violations and fully completes at least half of the probation. The state will then consider it. It will talk to the victim, and he would either be eligible for early termination or administrative non-reporting probation. Just saying, basically it's a topic of discussion that's consistent with the statute.
correct. So, sir, if you get to the halfway point and you have completed everything, paid everything, including the restitution, and you have not had any violations, then you can file a motion. Basically, it's a letter with your name and case number on it, and ask for early termination. And then what we'll do is, we'll see if the state objects, and then we'll set you for a hearing. It's important for you to keep your address current with the clerk of court so you can get notice of that hearing, and then you'll come in and we'll see where we are, see if the state objects, see if probation objects. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor, I'm just showing him the
Yes.
revised score sheet, and it will be a downward departure, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's a lot lower than what it was. Because we got rid of your, remember that other case? Got rid of all those points, which,
So there aren't any guarantees that your motion would be granted. Just letting you know, we'll have a hearing and I'll listen to what everybody has to say, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
it's a reduction from that, okay? Right? Good. Your Honor, may I approach with the score sheet, which we do not question?
Yes,
The changes were made that. were
okay.
made.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So one of the things that I would be taking into account if I were presented with such a motion would be the fact that this is a significant downward departure. So just putting that out there. I don't want expectations to, I'd like expectations to be managed. I have a score sheet here. It shows 87.6 total sentence points. The lowest permissible prison sentence, according to the sentencing guidelines, is 44.7 months in state prison. Has the state checked with the victim, and is this what is the basis for the downward departure?
Your Honor, the state has complied with Marcy's law and has been over the terms of the agreement with the victim, and this is a legitimate uncoerced plea bargain.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is obviously, it's in lieu of trial. We did a lot of work in trial preparation, and he met with me in my office as he was directed to do, so we've been over all the evidence very carefully.
All right.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
These
ahead.
things I just note to be clear on the record too, because there were some discovery issues that were outstanding, but we went over a significant amount of information in my office. It's not to say that there weren't some discovery loose ends, but this takes into account everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I just want to reiterate about, because it was mentioned about the request for early termination of probation, you have a right to file for that, but it is discretionary. And be aware that you score prison, significant prison, and the agreement that's been worked out between you and your attorney and the state keeps you out of prison. That's another thing about that is it's going to be critical that you comply with probation to the letter, because if you violate, you're going to be looking at a prison sentence. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Judge. And I just wanted to clarify on the record that administrative non-reporting probation still leaves that accountability and exposure on all those charges up to the statutory maximum. So even if the court chooses administrative non-reporting probation, it's still fully sanctionable. The second thing is, Your Honor, is he's wearing, as a part of this case, a GPS monitor, and he was wondering, can he get that removed at the courthouse? Or does he have to go to the jail or some other place?
I have no idea.
I believe that's through
Pretrial
Yeah, I think that's
services.
pretrial services.
Their offices aren't here, so they're in Crestview.
So I don't know if probation knows how to, all right, you may have to call pretrial services.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we make arrangements with pretrial services, if we get their permission to cut the bracelet, then, but we usually do that with sex offenders because they're gonna end up with one of our bracelets. So, I mean, he can ask the probation officer if they're willing to do it, we'll call pretrial services. If they give us permission, then we'll cut it, hold it, and they'll come pick it up from us.
Okay.
It really depends on who he gets and whether pretrial is willing.
You may have to call your pretrial services officer and coordinate that with them and go wherever, you know, I don't know, but that's something that'll have to be.
I'm gonna contact them.
May have to go to Crestview.
All right.
Thanks.
So, how do you plead, sir, to counts 1 and 2?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered. In accordance with your agreement, there's an adjudication of guilt on both counts. As to count 1, you're placed on probation for 24 months. As to count 2, you're sentenced to time served. And the special conditions of probation would be 24 hours of community service work, no contact with Nicole McGowan, $1,800 in restitution payable, I'm assuming, to Nicole McGowan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. No trespassing at 1477 Bentley Circle, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Is that Miss McGowan's address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. $515 in court costs, $150 cost of defense. There's also a monthly cost of supervision for probation in the amount of, I believe, $40 plus a surcharge. Did I leave out anything? Okay, thank
No,
you.
no.
Did I leave out anything, Mr.
No, Your
Medina?
No.
All right. Sir, you have 30 days to appeal the order of the court. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'll appoint one for you. Good luck to you, sir. You need to see Officer Johnson before you leave the courtroom, and then when you leave the courthouse, go straight to probation to check in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Matthew Bass.
I did just get notification that pretrial services will not let us cut off the bracelets anymore.
Okay, thank
Your
you.
Honor, Matthew Bass is approaching.
Okay. And that is case 25 CF 1111, and he's present.
Yes, Your Honor. I am in communication with the state, which is working on clarifying the amount of restitution, which is basically about twice what he had been offering. And I know it's clear for Ms. Gaynor, but I needed to get the information to him, and I need a little more time. I don't think we need a full cycle. Do you think we could come back in January? Or if the court wants us, we can do a full cycle, but basically, there probably is some sort of a spreadsheet that either has been or I need to generate. I went through the documents myself. Friday, we were not fully staffed in the office because of the Pensacola annual meeting, so it's all up in the air.
Okay,
That's fine, Your Honor. I have no objection to continuance.
okay. So this will be the last continuance. And what I will do is schedule the case for pretrial on February 9th. But if you get something worked out and you'd like to bring the case in early, by all means, I have dates in January, and we can do that. I'm just hesitant to go ahead and set it on a January date and make that docket larger if we're not certain that there's a resolution that day.
Yes, Judge, and because
Okay.
the court understandably is setting it clear trial, I'm going to get with Ms. Gaynor soon, because if I don't have it all laid out clear for both parties, I'm going to probably take the victim's deposition to maybe get clarity that way, because I've been through in good faith the documents, but I'm not trying to put anybody through that, so.
Okay.
I will set depositions if necessary.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
So let me write that down for you.
February 9th, 9 o'clock, pretrial conference, last one.
Thank you. Your Honor, also out of custody is Zachary Campbell.
Okay, and this is on Ms. Farkas's list, I believe?
Yes. And Judge, I have the agreement, and Ms. Gaynor was kind enough to type it up for him. I've been over it, generally speaking, but I want to make sure he doesn't have any questions. Would the court mind, I either,
Sure.
because he's never done anything like this before, I think it's better if he sit down. I apologize. I will get with him as soon as I can I just want to make sure there aren't any questions on the fine print. It's
Okay.
going to be a PTI with a plea.
Okay. So we'll recall you in a few minutes, Mr. Campbell, okay?
Just sit down for a few. I'll be with you. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Judge. I have my notes on the computer. On some things. Yes, Your Honor. Next is Matthew Cutzinger. This is one of Ms. Farkas's cases, and my
Yes.
understanding is the state might have an announcement.
Okay,
Your Honor, Matthew D. Cutzinger is approaching in 25 CF 1130, and I think the question was related to the victim's presence.
all right, and Mr. Cutzinger is present?
Is Chelsea Wilson present? Your Honor, the state has tried to reach out to the victim via mail, via phone call, via email. We did send her a drop-dead letter with an express deadline stating if she did not contact our office by Friday at 1 o'clock, the case would be at risk of being dismissed. She has not contacted our office. We have complied with Marcy's law. So, Your Honor, based on that, the state will be no crossing in this case.
Thank you. The state has just dismissed the case, sir. You're free to go. Thank you.
Take care. Your Honor, I am not sure how to proceed on there. There were a couple names that, is Ricardo Fountain here? Okay, I'm sorry, Judge.
Okay.
If he could approach.
All right, this is 25 CF 1260. And Mr. Fountain is present.
I do not know why I don't have a file present, Judge, but I did, may I have just a moment?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, I just had it in the wrong place.
Okay. So,
Your Honor, Steve Medina filling in for Elizabeth David, who's taking over for Rachel Farkas. My understanding, if I understand this correctly, is that he has a 15-year offer from the state, and that the state was going to be revoking that today if he did not accept it. Is that correct?
So it was originally a 15-year offer through negotiations with Ms. Farkas. I was allowing him to plead 7 years this cycle. However, that was just for this cycle.
May I have a moment?
sure.
It was 7 years, and I was going to dismiss the ag assault on Leo and false imprisonment. But if we go to trial, I'm going forward on all the charges that I can.
Your Honor,
Okay.
Advised by basically the person who is technically not my client, who I'm filling in for, is that he has a private lawyer who he is engaged with, who has asked him to, I guess, get a brief continuance. But my understanding is the state was well aware of this possibility of getting a private lawyer at the last court appearance and is putting on the record, as it did last time, I apologize for the lack of clarity on that, that his 7-year offer is going to be revoked if he doesn't take it this cycle. My question is, Your Honor, he says he can get his new lawyer, who I guess hasn't entered an appearance, to come this Thursday. Would the state, because it's still this cycle, I know that jury review, is that this Thursday?
It is.
And I know the court would not normally accept a plea on jury review, but if he gets his new lawyer to...
This isn't set for trial. It's not set for trial.
Okay.
Could we just use jury review
Yeah.
just as a appearance date?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have notes from last Monday. Ms. Farkas was here that day, sir. She had her baby, so she's obviously not here. On that day, you'd stated you were planning to get a private attorney. Have you done that?
Yes, ma'am. The payment will be happening tomorrow.
Okay, and who is that attorney?
I'm going to get Lacy Dudley.
Okay. She will be here in court soon. She had to go to another court, and then she's coming here, so I'm expecting her sometime soon. So you haven't officially hired her yet, but you're planning to do so tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you certain about that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm certain, yeah.
Okay.
Miss Dudley did text me, she's on the way. About 30, 40 minutes ago, she was on the way from Long County.
Oh, okay.
She should be, I would imagine she'd be here really soon.
Mr. Fountain, what I'd like to do, since Ms. Dudley should be here any minute, I'd like to pass your case until she gets here and bring her in on this. If I'm about to set a court date for Thursday for her, potentially, then I'd like
Yes,
for
Your
her to
Honor.
be involved in
Yes,
that.
just have a seat.
Okay, so we'll recall you whenever Ms. Dudley arrives,
Thank you,
both
Your Honor.
you and Mr. Medina, okay?
Your Honor, I think those are my out of custody, other than Ballard and Eric Wynn. I don't think Eric Wynn is here, and I don't think Ballard is here.
Well, would you like to call those cases now, or call them at the end of the day?
Let's hold out the possibility that while we're dealing with in custody, that they show up. I'll try to reach out, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Gates, are you, you ready on some?
We've reached out to one of ours, Your Honor. He's on his way in here shortly. The other two, I don't see present.
Your what? I'm sorry?
I don't see them present.
Okay. Do you want to call some of your, you don't have any inmates, I suppose?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Medina, are you ready on your inmates?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, go ahead, whenever you're
I
ready.
think I'm gonna let the bailiff bring out Ms. Farkas's cases first.
Okay.
And there's some information, I think somebody refused. And I think I know who that is, but I want to make sure. Your Honor.
Okay.
Steve Medina with Timothy J. Callahan, covering for Farkas, David.
All right, and Mr. Callahan's
25
present.
CF 1790. The state attorney's office advises me that they've had some communication with the alleged victim's lawyer, who was present here by coincidence a little earlier. We're trying to work out vet court. He has separate misdemeanor cases that my understanding are going to go into vet court, so something is hopefully going to work out to have this felony case go into vet court too. I'm not sure if the charges will be reduced. That's my understanding that might happen. But the state has to have a bit more contact. Do we need to do a full cycle or something shorter?
These are the shorter, that's fine.
And as I stated, it seems to involve the vet court docket too. I don't know, given the holidays, when he will go before vet court, but.
There's not another vet court till January.
Thank you. So, Judge, Your Honor, would the court want to have a status in January?
Well, if the case goes into vet court, then it would fall off my docket, right?
That's correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And
Yes.
if he doesn't go into vet court, he's staying on my docket.
Yes.
And
We might as
so,
well just do a February full cycle.
so I'm thinking there's no point in January unless you have a plea and you'd like to bring the case in early, by all means. I have several dates in January, we could do that. But if the case goes into vet court, then the February date will go away anyway. And
That's
then-
fine, Judge.
Okay, so we will continue the case to February. This would be 11th, I believe. If-
Yes, Judge.
All right, February 11th at 9 o'clock for pretrial conference.
Just for his, because it's, court is stressful, including criminal felony court. Does the clerk have any information on the vet court date that would come up, just so he can be planning in his mind and telling family and so forth?
Yes, give me just a minute.
And I'm gonna write down both dates on here for him. Especially with a veteran, I don't know Mr. Callahan and don't want to stress him out any more than he already is.
So I show in January, it's gonna be, January 22nd.
Okay, I've written those dates down, Your Honor.
Okay, February 11th at 9 o'clock for this case, if it doesn't go into vet court.
Okay.
Okay, because I know they got a vet court on the 15th.
Well,
I,
she's saying the 22nd. If it turns out it's the 15th, great. Okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you, sir.
thank you, ma'am.
The next inmate, Court Lacy, refused to be transferred.
Okay, that is case number, case numbers 24 CF 1966,
Yes, Your Honor. And
24 CF 1967, and that's Corey Claycomb, and he refused transport, so he's previously refused transport.
And yes, Your Honor, may I give a bit of information?
Sure.
I looked at this on Friday, even though it's not one of my cases. I may be taking this case. That has to be determined by my supervisor in communication with Ms. David. I think I don't know, I don't have the background. It just looks like it's a year old. It looks like Ms. Farkas did a lot of work on it. Unless, I'm sure that Your Honor has a very good feel for things, but should we do a full cycle, like I said, I expect that I will take over probably, and if that's the case, I will be doing everything possible to get it ready.
So, Ms. Basso?
Yes, ma'am. As Mr. Medina said, Ms. Farkas has diligently worked this case. We have done depositions. She actually had negotiated a reduced offer for him that we were ready to execute today. Unfortunately, she had to step out before that went through. and Mr. Medina doesn't have the benefit of actually knowing our background, so we have no objection. But I can't tell the court that Ms. Farkas did work the case.
Your Honor,
Yes,
just
yes.
for the record, could the state tell me for my notes what the offer is?
Yes, sir, it's actually what I sent you.
Yeah, I apologize, I just don't have the right email with me.
That's no problem. In case number 1966, we were going to ask for a plea to counts 2 and 3, null cross 1 and 4. In 1967, keep counts 1 and 2, null cross counts 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Count 8 as charged. The basis was these were redundant based on the depositions that were done. And it was in adjudication, 5 years Department of Corrections. All the 5 years of sex offender probation and designation.
So followed by 5 years, is it regular probation
Sex
or
offender probation.
sex?
Yes, sir. That
I-
would require designation and GPS monitoring.
Your Honor, obviously, had he been here, I would have been able to communicate with him a little bit, but it is complicated. I would ask for a full cycle continuance.
Yes. So my question is, one of the things that was, or maybe the thing that was slowing the case down was there was possibly a deposition of Investigator Keel needed, and I know that's been difficult to arrange. Is that?
And, Your Honor, I did discuss that with my supervisor on Friday. He indicated that that is, because she's now a federal employee, that might be impossible.
No, it's not impossible. It just requires a two letter, basically to allow her to attend the deposition and give any statements that need to be made and/or testify in court.
Does that letter come from the state?
No, so it has to come from the defense. We can assist you with a form of that and contact information. It's not necessarily difficult, it just has to be done. We cannot waive that, and she cannot waive that.
And so it sounds like that might work out after all, so I will be following up. And I did understand there was a letter process. It's just that the information I had is that it usually is not forthcoming despite the letter, but you think she might appear.
My discussions with her and her supervision is that she will participate if the letter is obtained. There's not an issue on that, but she does require that, as does her supervision.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize for
Sure.
figuring that out on the
Wanted to
fly.
ask, no, I just wanted to ask about that because I remember, well, I have notes that that was something that had, caused some delays because she was gone for a while, and then I just have notations that that deposition was needed and that it's still outstanding possibly. So, all right, we will continue Mr. Claycomb's cases to February 11th
So
at
we-
9
Your
o'clock.
Honor, I'm sorry, Judge.
Yeah.
And would the court wish to make it plea or trial?
Yes, the court does want to do that because both cases are quite old, but I haven't really pushed it because of there have been logistical issues with getting that deposition of Investigator Keel. But,
I'll take care of the
Yeah.
letter as soon as possible,
Okay.
or Mr. Bede will, Your Honor.
all right, so last continuance on both of Mr. Claycomb's cases. I'll note that today he refused transport. He was here last Wednesday on December the 10th. He previously refused transport twice in October, and I don't have notes that go back farther than that, but not with me anyway, but anyway, he's refused today. Thank you.
Your Honor, I am here with DeMar Davis. I expect, just for the record, that Mr. Davis will be reassigned to me.
Okay. And this is case number 25 CF 1778, and Mr. Davis is present.
Yes, Judge, just for the record, the state has provided a score sheet that Mr. Davis may be questioning some of the items that are on the score sheet. Excuse me.
Hold on just one second, sir.
Where you're right now, okay? Please, thank you. I think it's better for me to try to talk for him. I'm going to try to advise the court of what his position is.
Okay.
The state has proposed a score sheet. I did my best on Friday to go through the CCIS system that the public defender has. I have a certain impressions. However, I need to meet with Mr. Davis and also communicate his position on some of the items to the state. I would ask for the state to keep open its guidelines prison offer until I can meet with him, if it's going to be me or whoever's going to be handling it. It'll probably be me. And can we do a full cycle with hold the guidelines?
I want to make sure my memory is correct. Is this the score sheet that I corrected in open court and handed it to the
Yes,
defendant?
yeah, it's based on the one that you made, that it's based on your changed
Okay.
score sheet. Yes,
So
sir.
that one's still incorrect?
Yes, it's still.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm speaking for my client the best I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get with him and then communicate what his position is on that.
Okay, so the state will make any and review any changes regarding the defendant's score sheet, but I can put forth that I've went over this a number of times and it reflects the CCRS quite accurately. The only thing is, it's like, it says 24 misdemeanors, various misdemeanors. That's just something that we do
Okay.
at this, it's allowed via the rule. So if there's some misdemeanors that needed to be taken off, I'll
Okay.
look at it.
Your Honor.
All right.
I don't think it was misdemeanors, and I'm not.
Well-
That's fine. Obviously, there's a disagreement about the accuracy of the score sheet. So, Mr. Medina, I understand you need to get with Mr. Davis, go over it with him.
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Davis needs
If
to,
I could speak.
well,
for a
yes,
second.
but just 1 second. I cannot get involved in your score sheet issues today,
Okay, well, that's
So-
not what I'm trying to say, Your Honor.
okay?
Excuse me, let me ask him.
Sure.
Wants to speak to the judge. It sounds like he wants to maybe do a hybrid representation where he's kind of representing himself some, but yet the public
Hey,
defender.
you keep putting words in my mouth, man.
Okay. I recommend that he not speak to the court directly and
Okay.
advise me of whatever it
This is not
is.
even my attorney right here.
I'm going to be his
I
lawyer.
want to fire the
Sir?
the public defender's office first off, because my attorney violated my
Sir?
client attorney privilege by speaking with Mr. Medina about my case in the
Sir?
first place.
Sir,
We're in the same
what are you trying to do? You're trying to get rid of your court-appointed lawyer? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, but I've
Okay.
been accepted to the rehab treatment facility, okay? And I told my attorney that. Ms. Farkas was my attorney. She is gone now, I understand that. But she told me that I would be going to rehab.
That is incorrect.
Sir?
And let me finish, okay?
Sir, if you have an issue that you're asking the court to discharge your court-appointed lawyer, then you need to put that in writing, and I'd have to set a hearing, okay?
Okay.
You need
I
to
understand
spell
that.
it out.
So-
If you feel that your court-appointed lawyer is rendering ineffective assistance, please put it in writing. I'll have to set a hearing.
Okay, well, can I do that today? And I mean, I can't understand why they won't send me to rehab. Like, I'm already been accepted, I got my acceptance letter, and there is a bed waiting on me.
Your Honor, the reason I'm going to put on the record that if the state score sheet that has been revised by Mr. Sprouse is correct, he would score more than 60 points, would not qualify for a downward departure based on the drug offender probation statute for having more than 60 points. So that's where it really comes down to, is the state's revised score sheet correct or not?
Okay.
Because
I
if
got
it
three charges
is,
on there that I've
if
never
it
been
is-
charged with.
if it is correct, then I am putting on the record that he would be making a mistake by pleading to the bench because the court would probably not have a downward departure option.
We could
Should the
resolve
court-
this case right here today, man, is all I'm saying. We could
Sir?
resolve this. I would plead guilty I would plead guilty to the court about the charge. We can resolve this today if they would just send me to rehab. It's simple.
Sir,
I would plead guilty right here. We can resolve
Mr.
this whole matter.
Medina just said you may not qualify for that rehab. It's all based on the score
I've
sheet.
already been accepted, man. I got my acceptance letter
So
right
Judge,
now.
even if
I
If he
mean, I
didn't
want-
score 60 points, the state would say no. The state's pled Mr. Davis out on previous charges that are very similar, so it's just,
I've never had no similar charges.
Sir,
I've never had no
there
similar
is,
charges at all.
it
apparently
was a
you're,
burglary.
there's an
I've never
issue
been
with,
charged with burglary ever in my
sir,
life.
sir,
Yes, ma'am.
apparently there's an issue with the score sheet, that you disagree that it's correct. That's what I'm hearing, and Mr. Medina wants to get with you and go over it with you.
He's not even my attorney, ma'am. That's
Okay,
what I'm
well,
saying. He shouldn't even be talking for me.
He is a colleague of Ms. Farkas, who is,
Okay, but
out on medical
whoever
leave.
took over her case, it wasn't Ms. Medina.
okay, well,
It is, Your Honor.
I don't
He's
even
covering
want the
today.
public defender's office representing me. I want to fire, and I will put that in writing. I will put that in writing. But
Okay.
what I was asking you, Your Honor, is I plead guilty today to the court. I mean, there wouldn't be a way that you could sentence me to rehab, just, we could resolve this. I don't-
sir,
I mean,
I cannot guarantee you any particular sentence in advance of a plea. I'm not making any promises to you. I cannot do that.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
get involved in negotiations.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's an agreement worked out between you and your attorney and the state, then I'll review that agreement. I don't have to take it, but usually I do. And if you don't work out an agreement, then you need to discuss what your options are with your
So
attorney.
if I just plead guilty today, what would be my option?
I cannot give you a pre-ruling on what I would do if you plead guilty. I know nothing about your, I haven't seen your score sheet, and from what I understand, you feel that it's not right, or there's errors in
Your
it.
Honor,
So
may
why,
I-
how could I sentence you on a score sheet that you don't agree with?
May I
So,
give him some
yes.
information? Best information I can.
Okay, so what are you asking to do, Mr. Medina?
I'm asking to do a full cycle continuance so that we can work his case. If it's going to be a plea bargain, if the state will hold it open, will you hold it open to next cycle?
The offer will remain open. This offer is going to stay open for the entire case.
Okay, thank
Is
you.
there any way I could be put in for pretrial release?
So,
Is that not an option? Is that
sir,
not an option, ma'am?
I have no
I
idea
mean-
right now what you're asking. So I'm here on docket day, plea or continue. Sounds like the case needs to be continued. We're not here to hear motions today. That's why I've asked you if you feel that your attorney is rendering ineffective
Yes,
assistance.
I
You got to
do.
put it in writing. I got to set another court date for that. So,
So who do I send that to, the clerk's office?
yes, sir, clerk's office. All right, February 11th at 9 o'clock.
February
And
11. This is ridiculous, man. My family out here dying in the
at
streets, and they pushing me
defense's
off. For
request.
what? This shit here don't make no sense, dog.
Sir, your
You
case
got
has
this
been
man up here talking
continued.
for me. He
Your
ain't even
hearing's
my
over.
attorney.
Thank
That's
you.
a conflict.
Think time to go. Thank you.
Ariana Bamba is next. Straight up the podium, Ms. Bamba. Mr. Davis?
Boy.
Back.
No, man. That doesn't mean nothing.
All right, Mr. Medina, I
Your Honor,
believe we
this is
have,
Ariana Bamba. I think that she was supposed to do a status here today regarding getting a private lawyer.
yes, just one second, and let me get to that in the docket.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, Judge.
Oh, just one second, let me
Yeah.
get to the cases. That's case 25 CF 1628, 25 CF 1758, and 25 CF 1837. Ms. Bamba is present. All right.
Your Honor, I'm asking, she's representing that she's not going to get a private lawyer after all. so
Okay.
I'm going to start working her cases. I would ask that it be a full cycle continuance to February 11, 2026. I'll do as much discovery as I can by the next cycle as far as depositions and so forth.
So, ma'am, when we were in court last week, on December the 10th, on that day, you said you were hiring Ms. Dudley, so I set the case for today for a status on that. So what's your plan? I heard what Mr. Medina said, but I want to hear your plan.
Yes, ma'am. I do need to be represented by Mr. Medina. I was not
Okay.
able to retain her.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we set it for today, because that way Mr. Medina knows that he needs to get to work on the cases, because if he was going to be relieved of representation, then, it wouldn't be effective for him to set depositions and have them potentially get canceled, because your new lawyer would need to schedule those.
Yes, ma'am.
So, thank you. Thank you for that, for letting me know. And we have already continued all 3 cases to February 11th at 9 for pretrial conference. So between now and then is when the attorneys will be doing whatever they need to do. Okay? Good luck, ma'am. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Bonilla Lopez?
Your Honor, we do have the interpreter.
Yes. Let me swear in our interpreter. Do you swear or affirm that you will accurately translate the proceedings in Spanish and English today? Thank you. And this is case number 25 CF 1795, Mr. Erlin Bonilla Lopez, and he is present.
Your Honor, my understanding is that the state is still waiting on some documentation from the alleged victim, which is the same posture we were in last week. I don't know anything about that directly. I know that I had been seeking a dismissal based on the information I had. Does the state have an offer that he could take today if he didn't want to wait?
No, there is no offer right now.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would request a full cycle continuance so that I can do depositions if we need to. This was his first time up. I will advise, my understanding is that he was understanding that he might get deported over this, but my job is to zealously represent him. I don't represent him on any immigration things. If he's throwing his hands up with immigration and giving up on staying in the United States, that is not a subject for my representation, although I do take into account clients' information that they give me the best I can. But I want him to have the best outcome possible in this case. It might end up being dismissed. I will do everything I can to get it ready for trial next cycle so that he's not delayed in the jail of Okaloosa County longer than necessary.
All right. Any objection from the state?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. The case will be continued to February 11th at 9 o'clock for pretrial conference at the defense's request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eugene Bradley is next.
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Eugene Bradley.
All right, 25 CF 1917, and Mr. Bradley is present.
Your Honor, as the court is aware, I'm representing Mr. Bradley in 25 CF 1917. Friday, I took a lot of time that I didn't have to work on trying to reach out to the victim in his misdemeanor case. I also engaged in communication with that misdemeanor prosecutor who, as the same with me, had been unable to reach that alleged victim. I don't know, and I also engaged with the public defender investigator who happened to have a number for the alleged victim's brother in that misdemeanor case. So I've gone above and beyond to try to work out the misdemeanor case. Does the state in the CF case have any additional information? Can we resolve the misdemeanor case today?
I have no additional information regarding the misdemeanor case or any contact with that victim, so the state is unable to resolve that per Marcy's law until we can either talk to that victim or make more of an effort to get a hold of them, as we're doing.
So, Your Honor, I know that I have engaged in every effort that I realistically could to represent Mr. Bradley in 25 CF 1917, and also doing outreach in this misdemeanor case. So it's really up to him if he wants to continue the case or take the 90-day deal that he's already signed. But I don't want to take court time having him engage in further
I would just like to sign the
information
deal.
sharing on the misdemeanor case.
That's fine, I just signed the deal, let's get it finished.
Okay,
That's your signature, right?
It is.
Okay. May I approach your?
yes, yes. Thank you so much.
And that was an effort that I undertook based on not only service to my client, but also judicial economy would be served if we could resolve it. So it's appropriate to try to resolve it, we just can't do it
All right.
without the prosecutor wanting to do it.
Just so our
That's the
record,
misdemeanor, correct?
You're right.
yeah, just so our record is clear, there is a misdemeanor case that Mr. Bradley has, and I believe that case number is 25 MM 3133.
Of a contempt of court.
Okay, I'm not assigned to that case, like I told you last week. Mr. Medina is not assigned to that case, and Ms. Gaynor's not assigned to that case. That's a whole different judge and a different set of lawyers.
Understood.
Okay. If you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down and state your name, please.
I am Hallelujah Yahweh, Yahweh Yahuwah El Shaddai, Adonai, Jehovah Jireh, Timothai, Yeshua Mashiach Elohim, Eugene Quint Bradley, King of the Lion Tribe of Judah.
What was that? I'm sorry, sir.
I am Hallelujah Yahweh, Yahweh Yahuwah, El Shaddai Adonai, Jehovah Jireh Timothai, Yeshua Mashiach Elohim, Eugene Quentin Bradley, King of the Lion Tribe of Judah.
All right. Mr. Medina, are there any concerns about your client's competency to proceed?
No, Your Honor, I think Mr. Bradley's competent.
Okay,
Very.
I think he's just committed to his personal views and was just expressing them, but I don't think he denies in any way that he's Eugene Quentin Bradley. He just prefaced it with other names.
okay. You're here in case 25 CF 1917, and you're here on one count of felony battery. The maximum penalty on that charge is 5 years state prison, and it's a third-degree felony. And do I have a score sheet?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I
Oh, no problem.
failed to approach with it. I'm just making sure my client sees his score.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes, sure.
It's 24 points, and we do not contest the score.
Thank you very much. Sir, have you had a chance to talk to your lawyer about the charge of felony battery and any possible defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you discussed the plea agreement with your lawyer?
I did.
Did you read and sign the agreement?
I did.
Is that your signature on the last page?
It is.
Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
I understand.
Do you understand you're giving up your right to go to trial?
I do.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
I am.
All right. Has anyone promised you anything to get you to enter a plea today?
Just 90 days.
All right. And is anyone forcing you to enter a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody threatened you?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that we're only resolving the felony case and that you still have a misdemeanor case pending in another court?
I understand.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Medina.
Just because he had raised it last week, I did confirm, to best of my knowledge, he has bond that he could make on his misdemeanor case.
And I will.
So hopefully he won't be staying in over the holidays.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have no idea, so that would be determined by your misdemeanor case. which I'm not assigned to. All right. Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
I am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
I do have a score sheet. It shows 24 total sentence points. Any corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any exculpatory DNA?
Not to our knowledge, Your Honor.
I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. Sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand that the plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how do you plead to count 1, felony battery?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered. In accordance with your agreement, there's an adjudication of guilt, and you are sentenced to 90 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for time served. Is it $867? Sorry. Oh, sorry. $867 in court cost, $150 cost of defense. That includes the application fee. You'll have 6 months after you get out of jail to pay those before they go to collections. Once they go to collections, that could affect your driver's license. So, sir, I have no idea how much credit you have. I mean, that's up to the jail to calculate, but you will get credit for all time served on this case.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have 30 days to appeal the order of the court. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'll appoint one for you. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Brown next.
Your Honor, Mr. Brown's approaching. May I have a moment with Ms. Basho?
Yes.
The defendant's 11 months, 29 days jail offer has been rejected by the state just now. There's a substantial DOC offer that's on the table based on guidelines, calculations of the state. We don't have any further dialogue that would be productive today. I have indicated to him, as I indicated last week, I think it was, I'm going to take depositions. This is with Ms. Basso. I told her if we don't work it out today, I'm going to take depositions. So we're in the process of scheduling those. I'm not sure they've been scheduled yet, but I will get those done this next cycle.
Okay, and this is Mr. Raquam, is that right? Okay. Brown, 25 CF 1294, and he's present. And the case will be continued to February 11th, pretrial conference, 9 o'clock. And thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I need to speak with my client who's been patiently waiting for me. I think I've done my the custody that I can do at the moment.
All right. Mr. Gates, whenever you're ready.
One that I anticipated showing is showing up, Mr. Joshua Johnson.
Okay. And this is case number 25 CF 320, Joshua Johnson. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson and I have discussed the plea agreement. There is a significant amount of restitution. Given the holidays, we'd ask the court to continue the case to the February retrial. My anticipation is we'll have a resolution at that point.
Okay. What's the state's position?
State is an objection, Your Honor.
All right. The case has been continued 4 times. We're coming up on a year. This will be the last one.
Yes, Your Honor, and just so the court's aware, part of the issue I'm having is, the contract was signed with Cash Moore. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to depose Mr. Moore, so I'm trying to figure out another way I can get the information on the contract that I need. I talked to the state about listing the Cash and Moore, but it's her position that would be a Category C witness, so I have to figure out how I get information about that contract on top of all that.
Okay, so that would be February 9th
Yes, Your Honor.
at 9 o'clock, pretrial conference. Okay?
Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Gates, do you have,
Court can call the docket and.
okay.
Go here.
Stephen James, 25 CF 1774. And I do not see Mr. James present. So Mr. Gates and Ms. Giardina are present. So let me just confirm, because we were set today to follow up. There was pretrial conference on December the 8th. Mr. James was not present, and the clerk was going to notify the bondsman for today. And let me just confirm that that was done, and then we will proceed accordingly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the bondsman was notified of today's court date, and Mr. James is not present. So I am issuing a capias. That would be no bond, and we will estreat the bond. Next is Shamar Johnson, 25 CF 1325. He is not present. Ms. Giardina and Mr. Gates are present. And he had failed to appear on December the 8th. I issued a capias on that date, and I stated that if he appeared today, I would withdraw the capias. But he is not present, so we will leave the capias outstanding. Mr. Gates, I don't see any more cases for you on the docket except for one potential case. But did I cover all the ones that are definitely yours? Okay. So next I'm going to call Mr. Galveo Saab, John is his first name, 2020 CF 2548. And Mr. Gates, I know you are representing Mr. Galveo Saab on his other case, which is 25 CF 1301. Mr. Galveo Saab was in court on December the 10th, and Mr. Warren Geisel is attorney of record on this 2020 case that we're here on today. And let me just confirm, I know the answer is yes, but I'm going to confirm for the record purposes. Did the clerk send notice to Mr. Geisel for today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Geisel was sent notice of this hearing. He is not present. So could Mr. Gates and Mr. Sprouse please approach?
Yes.
Okay. recess.
Sorry, I didn't know you were waiting on me, Your Honor. I'm just writing in a provision to his PTI agreement. May I approach with Zachary Campbell?
Yes.
This is going to be a PTI with a plea, and just for the record, he advises me that, I mean, this is obviously an old case, but I think some depositions have been taken and so forth. I'm not familiar with the underlying factual predicate and so forth, other than having read through the arrest report. But my understanding is the state was willing to hold this open for another full cycle, but and without withdrawing the PTI with a plea offer. But the state is making absolutely clear it's not going to get any better. So he wants to go ahead and take the deal today. And I was adding what Ms. Gaynor said, is that it would, early termination would be of the PTI would be allowed upon completion, assuming no violations. And I was just writing those words in.
Sure.
So with an asterisk on the 10-month PTI term, early termination upon completion with no violations. And I think the way this works is he holds out on signing the PTI agreement until the state signs it now. Ms. Gaynor will sign the PTI agreement, then that goes to state probation, and then the client signs it, the
Yes.
PTI, with the probation officer.
Correct. Your client will sign
Right.
first, then I will sign. and
Oh,
you
you
send
want
it
him
back
to
me.
sign the PTI agreement now?
Yes.
Okay, I've heard
Well,
it.
if he's going to enter into.
Yeah,
the
that's
agreement.
fine.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we were
I'll sign
continuing
it
right
right
now.
now, and I can-
You're here to sign too, okay. All right then. And I've been over the agreement, Your Honor. I appreciate Ms. Gaynor preparing it. Thank you. And he does need to sign that too. He's signed the PTI agreement. We used to do it where it was, this is actually less confusing than the way we used to do it, so I'm glad we're doing it this way. And we both need to sign it on there, thank you. And Your Honor, we don't present a score sheet, is my understanding in this situation. This is the PTI agreement, right?
Right.
The plea and sentence agreement that cross-references, yeah. Thank you. Your Honor, I'm signing as the attorney for the defendant for Rachel Farkas, but for the record, I'm Steve Medina. May I approach?
Yes.
And
Thank you.
Judge, I think I'm just going to provide the PTI agreement to Ms. Johnson, Probation Officer Johnson. Thank you. I don't think that goes to the court unless Your Honor
I
wants to see
think
it.
Ms. Johnson, or Officer Johnson, will sign it, and then I do believe we
Oh, then
file
it'll go to the court and then we get it all filed at one place,
Yes, I
one
believe
time.
so.
Okay. You want this one too? That's just this one with cross-reference. You don't have to do probation report.
Just in case, I'll take it off.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. May I approach? Your Honor?
Yes, thank you.
Looks like we've got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, Your Honor, may I ask a question if I may?
Sure.
Putting on the record, it is confusing, but it is confusing to regular folks who don't do this all the time. But basically, he will go to a PTI officer who's part of the state probation office.
Correct.
But it's not technically probation. Now, if he violates, it's possible that he would be sentenced to probation or up to the statutory maximum in the case. But you're not being sentenced to probation, you're being sentenced to do PTI by agreement.
So, and we'll go through it, so, and I'm gonna make sure you understand what you're doing before I take your plea, okay?
Okay.
All right, just raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give, and if so, say I do?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. If you'll state your name for me, please.
Zachary Trevon and Keela Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. You're here in case 25 CF809, and you're charged with 1 count of grand theft, which is a third-degree felony. The maximum penalty for that charge is 5 years prison. Have you had a chance to talk to your lawyer about the charge and any possible defenses?
Yes.
All right, have you discussed the agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Did you read and sign the plea and sentencing agreement and the pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes.
Did you, let's see, is this your signature on the last page of the plea and sentencing agreement?
Yes.
And is this your signature on page 2 of the pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
Yes.
Do you understand you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
All right, do you understand that once you enter a plea and you're placed on the pretrial intervention program, if you violate or fail to comply with the program, you're going to come back to me for sentencing? Do you understand that?
Yes.
That we won't go back on a trial docket, you're not going to have the opportunity to go to trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you comply with the pretrial intervention agreement, meaning you do everything that's required, that's listed in the agreement, and you don't have any violations, like you don't pick up a new charge or violate any of the terms and conditions of the agreement? So if you complete everything within the time frame allowed and you don't have any violations, then the state's going to dismiss your case. Do you understand that?
Right.
Okay. This is a golden opportunity to get your case dismissed.
So, question.
Yes, sir.
So basically, if going to probation, do they set the terms, or is what is said on the paper there?
It's all in the paperwork.
Okay. And then,
Yes.
so then if I violate basically what they say on the paper there?
Yes, if you violate the terms and conditions of this pretrial intervention agreement,
And the terms are just me paying the restitution, or is it more than?
well, it's all on page 1. Would you like
Yeah,
to
can I
read it
please see
again?
that?
Yeah,
Can I
why don't
see
you
it
read
again?
that, and let's be sure. So read that carefully. I'll turn on the white noise for you.
It's like numerous questions, so rather than him being rushed and
Absolutely.
taking court time, I think we can just have him sit down and I'll go through it in very close detail?
Absolutely. I'm going to hand you back the plea agreement as well, so he can look at it again if he needs to. But yes, I want to make sure you understand what you're agreeing to, sir, okay? It's in the paperwork.
No, I understand the agreement. It's just, there's two questions. So like, back when I got arrested, basically the job that I had, I don't currently have anymore due to the arrest. So when I saw that it says lawful occupation, I don't exactly know.
Just need to be working or trying to get a job. Do you
Okay,
have a
so-
job?
Yeah, I have a job, but yeah, so I have a job.
That would, if assuming it's a lawful occupation and you're working regularly at it, then you would satisfy that requirement.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Any
just-
other questions?
That's just it. Because I just was confused, because given to the charge, I didn't know if I was able to go back to that establishment, because I can, but due to the charges, I'm not 100% sure if I'm able to go back to that establishment.
Your Honor, there are 7 or 8 other conditions, and I don't want him to be rushed.
Correct.
I realize he's now saying that was my only question, but I don't know, he may have other questions, so.
Okay.
I'm just getting this morning, I'm covering for my colleague, I don't want him to feel rushed.
Okay.
And I'd rather be able to go through every one of them to make sure.
Take your
Thank you.
time. I see Ms. Dudley's here. I'll take her cases. Thank you, sir.
I'll step out with it. Thank
Of
you.
course, thank you. All right, Ms. Dudley, whenever you're ready. All right. And Mr. Barron is present, and case numbers 24 CF 928, that's the violation of probation case, and 25 CF 418, which is the new law. All right.
You know, we have been talking with the state, and the state, as you mentioned last time, we did depots right before our court date. The state is supposed to be talking to the victim in the case, to see if we can get this resolved. I think they just haven't had a chance to speak with her at this point. Could we leave this set for the jury review to see if we can get this resolved? And if not, obviously, I know you said we have to go to trial, but we're hoping to have it worked out.
Okay, let's see where the state is.
Your Honor, that is accurate. I really think we will be able to get this resolved. I just need a little bit more time to call the victim. I was out of the office Thursday for an executive assignment case. I tried to call her Friday and tried to call her this morning. So I just need a little bit more time to do that, but I do think we can get this resolved if you could just give us till Thursday to do that.
Will the state keep, I don't know what offer the state has made, but whatever it is, will the state keep that open until Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor, and they've calendared as well, so that's what I'm reviewing. I need to review with the victim.
Okay.
But yes,
So.
any offers will remain open.
Okay, so ordinarily, today would be the last day I would take a negotiated plea, but under these circumstances, we will, if y'all work something out, we'll accept a negotiated plea on Thursday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure, so we will set the case for jury review, and that is December 18th. That's this Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? So.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Barron, we'll see you on Thursday, okay? Thank you. All right, this is case 24, CF 2054, Mr. Sequelan Grant, and he is present.
Your Honor, I did get the transcripts from Ms. Herndon in this case. I do need to take more depots.
Okay,
I wasn't the attorney who took the depots, but the depositions that were taken, majority of the individuals are not the actual, there wasn't a case officer. The one investigator who came did not read his report, couldn't answer any questions. So there's other witnesses that weren't deposed that are listed that I think in order for Mr. Grant to make an informed decision about whether to have a trial or plea, I need to do those depositions.
okay,
Otherwise, I wouldn't ask, I understand, but when I read it,
I got it.
there wasn't any
Yeah.
substance that I need.
What's the state's position?
Judge, obviously, we're ready for trial. We've got the subpoenas out. I was very familiar with the depositions. I'm not surprised that that is Ms. Dudley's request after reading them. I mean, I don't believe that all the witnesses potentially that she would need to speak to have been deposed. if that is how she's preparing to defend the case.
Correct. I believe the witnesses state's gonna call are not the witnesses that were deposed. Maybe a few of them are, but I believe, based on what was said, that those aren't the witnesses state are using to try to prove this case.
All right, I understand. So in light of that, well, is this something where you think y'all could get whatever depositions that are needed done within the next 2 months?
I will do everything I can to get it done, Your Honor.
Okay,
And I will get Ms. Hernan and see if we get some dates, and
Yeah.
we can do everything we can to try to get that done.
okay. So I will continue the case. This will be the last one. I understand the situation that you, I mean, once you got the transcripts, I get it, understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So February 11th,
Yes, ma'am.
9 o'clock, pretrial conference. I know the holidays are upon us, and it's going to be hard to schedule stuff, but
I'll
just
have my
as soon as
assistant reach out today, and we'll see if we can get some dates.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. And Mr. Malik Humphreys is next. His case numbers are 23 CF 2577, 24 CF 1138, 24 CF 1139, and 24 CF 1141, and he is present.
Your Honor, the state had, as I mentioned at pretrial, have made an offer for all. I need to talk to him a little more because it caused dismissing one case, and there's some issues by him understanding some of the charges. So I would ask for a continuance, and I expect we can maybe move it up sooner if I can get it resolved. I think it will be resolved by the next pretrial.
Okay.
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
All right. So is there any hope of Thursday, this Thursday?
I mean, I can try if you want to leave him on. I'll be here. I'll go to the jail tomorrow and sit down and talk to him for a while and see if we can get it resolved.
Okay. I mean,
If you want to
if
do-
you
it's
think
fine.
that's...
I'll be here anyway.
Okay.
I have to be here for Mr. Barron, so if you want to do that, that's fine.
Okay, if you think that that's a possibility, we could get it
That's fine,
resolved on
Your Honor.
Thursday.
That's fine.
Okay, so December 18th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I'll just say jury review, but it's not actually jury review.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If for some reason you find out before noon on Wednesday that,
I will let your office know, Your Honor.
yeah, that we need to continue it, if you could just, Amanda's out right now, if you could send an email, she's checking her email from time to time, send an email, let the state know, let Madam Clerk know, and
I will.
and put me on that email
Yes,
too.
ma'am, I
Let
will.
everybody know, and I'll go ahead and set Mr. Humphreys for the February date, and he wouldn't need to be transported if it's
Okay.
not necessary.
That works,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, just let us know before noon on
I'll
Wednesday.
let you know by tomorrow, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's all my in custody. I think out of custody I had William Killingsworth.
Yes, and that is case number 23 CF 2156.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping, I was in court this morning, that the motion was filed this morning. I was having trouble filing it yesterday. So if you want to go ahead and try to schedule, I'm fine with that too.
Okay,
Your Honor, the state received service of it, so it's filed.
oh, great, okay. And that's the stand your ground motion?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need a half a day?
I think so. You think I have
That
to?
would be fine.
Okay, when you say a half a day, how many hours?
I
That
think it's
means,
just 3 maybe?
3?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
fine.
all right.
It's not a huge number of witnesses, Your Honor. I told it's not a huge number of witnesses.
Right.
Okay.
That's correct.
That's
I'm
material
sorry.
to me.
So here's what I have, and really, I think this is going to depend on, I mean, is it mainly the state that's calling witnesses, or are you planning to call witnesses too, Mr.?
I mean, I think I have to put on a prima facie case first, but.
Okay, so, I've got December 31st, that's New Year's Eve, I could start at 10 o'clock. I don't know what witnesses' availability would be.
Can we do sometime in January, Your Honor, or later in
It would be
January?
very tough, because they're gonna be
Gone.
regular witnesses, not even law enforcement.
Yeah, I
Correct.
figured that would be a tough one. Same thing, I have January 2nd, I have plenty of time on that day, but you might.
I would just
run-
say because of the lay witnesses, it's gonna be I think it's gonna be an issue getting people to, getting them served and getting them here.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me a second while I check the calendar. I
Yes,
wrote
ma'am.
down some dates, but I want to
Yes,
just
ma'am.
take a look. As of this moment, I don't have anything scheduled on January 22nd in the morning, but let me double check.
I don't show.
Okay. Right now, January 22nd in the morning is available, but here's the catch. Okay, Mr. Killingsworth's not in custody. All right, that's
Correct.
good. We'd need to start probably at 8:30 because I do have pretrial detentions that day potentially. So we would need to finish by 11:30 so that,
Is there another date you have, Your Honor? Possibly?
let's see what I have. Just one second. Forgive me for looking on my phone. I have another calendar on.
Yes, ma'am, I
it,
understand.
And that way I can check. But I did look at these dates earlier. Okay, so looks like I have the afternoon of January 29th, but let me let you know what's going on that day. I do have pretrial detention scheduled at 12:30. I have no idea what's going to happen with those. If there's a contested one, I don't know what's going to happen. Could be a contested hearing. I don't know how long that would take if there is. So if you need a full 3 hours, if we start at 1:30, if we start between 1:30 and 2, we could get you a full 3 hours, but, we're kind of dependent on pretrial detentions. So I could offer you the morning, but that's my civil trial week.
Yes, ma'am.
And I do have a civil trial right now that's supposed to go, but it's supposed to be finished Wednesday, the 28th. But
Understood.
I was a little worried about scheduling anything in the morning of
Just
the
in case you have to
29th,
go
just
over.
in case. So that's the situation with the 29th.
My only concern with the 22nd was the 8:30 start. The 29th, I am available in the afternoon.
Okay, I'm just a little worried about pretrial detentions.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
Our case could go late. If we don't end up having any additional trials, and actually, I'm looking at your cases. I know Mr. Barron that we handled a few minutes ago is a possibility, and Mr. Grant has been continued, and Mr. Crone is also on the list. I know we haven't gotten to his case yet.
We can aim for the 22nd, and I'll make it work for my personal things.
What I was going to tell you is I have potentially January 9th, or depending on the trial week, the 8th. It just depends on what other trials might be going that week.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
trial went away. I
Which-
filed a no
which one?
pros.
Which one is that?
Dean, Derek Dean.
And who was that with?
That was with Mr. Switek.
Ah.
It was on we had it for Thursday, I think, was it?
Oh, let me write that down.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. So it's possible I could set this on one of the trial days if we have them available. That would be the 8th or the 9th, if one of those days would work for you. But I don't know if you're going to be scheduling, if one of your other cases is going to go that week, which would be either Mr. Barron or Mr. Crone, I don't know.
Mr. Crone and Milcross was.
Ms. Crone was,
the
Oh, so
We're just
that's-
looking at there.
So depending on Mr. Barron, who we just handled his case a few minutes ago, then, if we have to move forward with his trial, how long do you think it would take?
Yeah, can we do the 22nd? in the
Sure.
morning At 8:30?
Sure. So that's January 22nd. It would be from 8:30 to 11:30 in Mr. Killingsworth's case, which is 23 CF 2156 for stand your ground. And let me just make a note of that. All right, great. Got that scheduled.
And that's 8:30 a.m., Your Honor?
8:30 to 11:30, so I can give you the full 3 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I do need to give court staff a lunch break before we start 12:30 pretrial detentions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so that takes care of Mr. Killingsworth, and you know what? Let me make sure we've got the February pretrial date as well.
I don't show it's been set.
Okay, let's set the February pretrial date. That's assuming the case continues on. That would be February 9th at 9 o'clock for pretrial conference. And depending on the outcome of the motion, if the motion is granted, obviously, then I would think the case would be resolved.
Okay.
And if the motion is denied, then he's going to need to show up to pretrial conference, or
Yes, ma'am.
it'll be
Understood.
scheduled, and this will be the last continuance.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Before Ms. Dudley goes,
Okay.
did the court and Ms. Dudley discuss Ricardo M. Fountain Jr. as far as, is he on the jury review docket for this Friday, Thursday? I just didn't want to,
Let me get to that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, no problem. So, Ms. Dudley, let me just clear up the other cases on the docket. I only see one more with you. That's Mr. Crone, which is 24 CF 1155, and the state just announced that there was a null pros filed.
He was filed this morning, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Okay, that takes care of Mr. Keith Crone. And let me check and make sure I've covered all of your cases on the docket.
I think that's all
Okay,
of them.
so there's another case, and that is Mr. Ricardo Fountain Jr. Is he still present?
He was standing out in
He
the
was.
hallway.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I check?
Yes. This is case 25 CF 1260.
They don't know. They don't know.
25 CF 1260. We called Mr. Fountain's case a little while ago, and currently he's represented by the Public Defender's Office, but he stated he was hiring you.
He's supposed to come retain me tomorrow, Your Honor.
That's what he said, so I knew you were coming, so I'd asked him to stick around so that we could have you
I
come
did
up.
speak with him when I came up, so.
He may have misunderstood, given all the legal talent in the room or something, but.
I know he said you wanted to speak with me, so I know he told me that when I came up.
And then, okay,
I don't know. That's what he told me. He said you wanted to speak with me about the case, so. I'm not
okay.
sure if he
Your Honor,
misunderstood.
Can we continue to jury review, and hopefully he follows through Ms. Dudley as he represented he was going to tomorrow? Can Ms. Dudley, if he gets put on jury review this Thursday for a plea or continue, you know, you're not going to get jammed on a jury trial, but.
Well, it's already continued to February 9th.
Right.
It's previously been continued to February 9th. Today was a possible plea, and I was going to ask about attorney status because he did state on December 8th that he was hiring a private attorney, but the state's offer was going to be revoked today.
He has a 7-year offer, and so the state was willing to continue that over to jury review on Thursday, which if you're, end up representing him, you would have wanted a chance to think about that probably. So I don't know what the state will do beyond jury review, probably revoke that 7-year offer. So I didn't want that being done without your, you know, I know you're not on the case, but will you be here anyway on Thursday?
I'll
ma'am?
be here.
Well, out of professional courtesy, and if Miss Dudley does get retained, I would keep that 7-year offer open for the next cycle. But if he doesn't retain Miss Dudley, then there would be no reason for me to keep that open.
So that would be still needed to be on the jury review this week, or?
I don't care. I don't.
Well,
So we just keep
yeah.
it on February 11th?
February 9th,
February
yes.
9th.
Yes, ma'am.
So February 9th, it's already been, Mr. Fountain's case has already been continued to February 9th. We'll just keep that date.
Understood.
So And once you get retained, I know you'll file your notice of appearance. So, Mr. Medina, I know you're covering. This was Ms. Farkas's case. If you could maybe, if it's going to be you that's going to keep the case, or if it'll be Ms. DeVede, I don't know, but one of you needs to check the file and see if Ms. Dudley files her notice of appearance.
I'll serve him with you, and I try to make sure I serve
Oh,
them.
good. Okay,
Yes,
well, then that way,
And we'll check in the event that he doesn't firm things up with Ms. Dudley,
you'll know that you're
it'll
on.
probably be Ms.
You're still on.
It'll probably be me taking over,
Okay.
but hopefully that won't happen.
Okay, and that way you'll know that you're still on the case.
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Fountain, assuming he hires you, he's already scheduled for February 9th at
Yes,
9.
ma'am. I got it
All
right
right.
down, thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm ready with Zachary Campbell. We've answered his questions, and if he may approach again, Your Honor.
All right.
And I appreciate Officer Johnson also answering some questions. So I think he got all his questions answered. May I approach, Judge?
Yes. Thank you very much. All right, we are back on case 25 CF 809, Mr. Zachary Campbell, who is present. And I swore in Mr. Campbell a little while ago. And sir, you're still under oath. And I think we got as far as about, did you read and sign the plea agreement and the pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to reread the pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes.
And did you go over all of the terms and conditions that are listed in that agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes.
Is there anything about the agreements or about anything that Mr. Medina has said that you don't understand?
No.
Okay. Do you need any additional time to look at the documents or think about your decision?
No.
Okay. Do you understand the rights that you give up when you enter a plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're not going to have, you're going to give up your right to go to trial in this case?
Yes.
And do you understand that if you don't comply with the agreement or you violate the agreement, that you will come back to me for sentencing?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what is showing in the two agreements, the plea and sentencing agreement and the pretrial intervention agreement?
No.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or any substance in the last 24 hours?
No.
Is the state aware of any exculpatory DNA?
No, Your Honor.
I do find a sufficient factual basis based on my review of the arrest report. And, sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, do you understand that the plea could result in you being deported?
Yes.
And how do you plead to one count of grand theft?
No contest.
I accept your plea. I find it was freely and voluntarily entered. In accordance with the agreements that you signed, you will go into the pretrial intervention program. You must complete all of the requirements that are in the agreement, the pretrial intervention agreement. You cannot violate the agreement. You can't pick up a new charge or have any law violations. The terms are spelled out in there, so you have to complete them all and not violate any of the terms and conditions. And provided that you do that within the 10-month time frame, it does provide for early termination if you complete everything before then,
Right.
and you don't have any violations. But if you have 10 months to complete everything. If you don't do it within that time or you have a violation, you're going to come back to me for sentencing.
Understood.
If you do complete everything and don't have any violations, then the state's going to dismiss the charge. So that's a wonderful opportunity. I encourage you to take this very seriously. It's how you can get your case dismissed. So.
And Your Honor, if he gets it paid off right away and hasn't had any violations and all the other terms and conditions are met, then you'll early terminate. So that's a great
Absolutely.
incentive to get it paid off.
Yes.
Right, so if I get it paid off by tomorrow,
Well,
this whole thing will be resolved?
Yes.
Looks like there's restitution plus a 4% surcharge.
The only term is,
You'll have some monetary requirements based on a month's probation, probably. Even
Is
if-
that the
Probably
case, or-
so.
And we won't get it in the we'll get it in the computer, but it's not gonna be in the computer today.
Right.
Okay.
No, but
So-
I'm saying like if I pay pay off what it needs to be paid off, I guess, with this thing, right?
You'd have to pay maybe for 1 month of probation or under the PTI agreement. Those, the early termination isn't happening until it happens. And when you do get the restitution paid off, it's not going to be until some number of days.
It's gonna take time because the check has to be sent to the victim and cleared. So it's not instantaneous, but yes, once it clears and the payment's made and it clears our system, then yeah, we'll send the information and everything to the.
Yeah, there's paperwork that has to take place, yeah. So,
Okay.
once the paperwork is processed and there's confirmation that you've done what you're supposed to do,
Right.
then they'll file the paperwork, and then the state will review it, and if they feel that it's completed, then
What I don't
they'll
know the
dismiss.
answer to, which he's asked a great question, is if it takes like some portion of a month, they're not going to prorate it. I presume they're going to charge you for a month of PTI supervision under that agreement. So it might be $40,
Right.
40-something dollars you may owe.
Right.
All right. Well, good luck to you, sir. And Officer Johnson, does he need to come see you again, or does he need to, what does he need to do? Go straight to probation, come see you?
No, I'm gonna give him this piece of paper to take with him to, the office, but the PTI officer wants him to come tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So you need to report tomorrow, okay, wherever Officer Johnson has directed you to go.
Okay.
Okay, to check in with the pretrial intervention officer that's going to supervise you, okay?
All right.
All right, so be there at whatever time they tell you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, I think Ms. Basso had a case
Okay,
where I've not had a chance to see if this is one of Ms. Farkas's clients, John J. Fonville.
Yes, ma'am, it is one of Mr. Farkas's clients. We did have an offer and a plea agreement worked out for the 10th he asked me to review.
okay, this is 25 CF 775, John Fonville, and let me check and make sure there's not a waiver or something on file for him. There was a waiver filed for his appearance on December the 8th. And there was also a waiver filed for his appearance on October 13th.
Your Honor, did the felony minute record from December 8th say anything about whether he was expected to appear in person today? I mean,
All I have written down from my notes is today was hopefully a plea, and the records, the clerk's minute sheet just states that he wasn't present and that he was scheduled for today.
Your Honor, I don't know if this is convenient to Ms. Basso or the court, but it looks like Ms. Farkas has a phone number for him, and because I have an offer, it looks like a good offer that would keep him out of jail. Is there any way that he could remain, but rather than get a no bond capias today, could he remain on jury review for a plea or continue for this Thursday, or you're tied up in other courts or whatever?
No, I don't have anything on the morning docket, sir, and I do have some appointments scheduled. I do have something on the 2:30 docket. That is
Let me
Probably
just
gonna be very minimal.
see if the bondsman was notified of today. It looks like a notice to appear went to him at his address in Shalimar, and let me see about the bondsman. I see that he does have a surety bond. Three of them, actually, one on each charge. So, do we know whether the bondsman was notified of today?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay, I don't think the bondsman was notified of today. What are you asking? I'm sorry, Mr. Medina, I was busy looking at the
Well, I
file.
was trying to give him some sort of court date that would be very short, so we could try to make contact and avoid a no bond capias.
Okay, so what,
So I was suggesting maybe Thursday. If Ms. Basso was gonna be here at 2:30, we could maybe do it then. But it's just a courtesy to the defendant, basically.
And ma'am, the state rule, I have no problem continuing it to the next pretrial if that's the alternate answer. I believe he is out on a bond with a longer,
okay, so,
or we can do it at 2:30 if the court wishes on Thursday.
well,
I'd rather have a full cycle, because neither Ms. David nor I have any background on it.
And I think, ma'am, there may have been some confusion as to whether or not he was notified to be here today, and that's why the state's not asking for a KPS.
Yeah.
He has been in compliance, otherwise it is a CC offer, so it's not going to be an incarcerated offer.
okay, what I'll do, are you asking for the February 9th?
Yes,
date?
Your Honor.
Okay, February 9th at 9 o'clock for pretrial conference. If you reach a resolution and you want to bring it in early, I'm always happy to take an early plea. And let me make sure, please send notice to the bondsman.
I'm gonna have to see why I didn't pull it, but I did make a note, yes.
Thank you. So we're going to notify the bondsman. He needs to show up on February 9th because his appearance has been waived for the last several court dates, and then he's not here today, so I just want to lay eyes on him.
And I'm writing no waiver
Yes.
permitted on the file, Your Honor, for what it's worth. Thank you.
And the offer will remain open, Mr. Medina.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that takes care of Mr. Fonville, 25 CF 775, and I think there may be another case or two on the docket, so let me just go through and check. I have Ivan Araguin, 25 CF 684, and I do not see him present. And today was scheduled, let's see, he failed to appear on December the 8th. The bondsman wasn't notified for that date, but the bondsman was going to be notified for today. Let me just double check. I double checked this over the weekend, but
Did we pull for that one either?
it didn't?
No, it doesn't look like it. Let me just double check.
Okay.
Ma'am, Eric Gwynn, is that a DOC offer?
It is.
Or, sir, is that yours?
It's a DOC offer.
Okay, I just wasn't sure what kind of case it was.
It didn't pull.
That's a bad, oh, never mind.
Oh, okay.
It's not a
Let's
CAC.
see.
Mm.
So it looks like the bondsman was not notified of today. I do see a notice going directly to Mr. Araguin at, let me just take a look at this address. Well, I'm not able to estreat the bond unless the bondsman was notified, so I could set Mr. Araguin for Thursday morning, and we could notify the bondsman for Thursday. Is that sufficient notice? I know there's a deadline for them to get.
So we have to give a 72-hour notice unless if the court date is set within 72 hours.
Okay. So Thursday would be 72
I
hours.
would still attempt either way though.
Okay.
Did you say that he was sent it to his address?
He was? Well, whatever address is on file for him,
I would
yes.
still ask for a capias.
Right, I just can't estreat the bond unless the bondsman's notified. So,
So basically, the bond would be in effect, since it's not estreated, so he would immediately get out of jail,
so what I'm going to do is,
if he would even go to jail.
what I would like to do is notify the bondsman for Thursday,
Okay.
because they need 72 hours. So I could do Thursday afternoon. That would give the full 72 hours instead of the morning. I don't wanna-
Put it too.
Okay, we're going to do Thursday afternoon. That would be December 18th. Would you prefer 1:30 or 2:30? Or what time would you prefer?
No preference.
2:30? That's December 18th, 2:30. The defendant is ordered to be present. The bondsman needs to be provided with notice. And if he fails to appear, then I will issue a capias and estreat the bond. Yes.
I don't know, what would it be set as?
What would we call this? Well, it's going to be pretrial conference because I don't think we, let me see what we did on. I don't think we actually had a pretrial conference because he failed to show up on December the 8th. So we set it for today to try to get him here. So it's basically a continuation of pretrial conference. And I will note that Mr. Arreguin has been absent for numerous court dates previously. And as long as the bondsman gets notice of this December 18th one, if Mr. Arreguin fails to appear, there will be a no bond capias, and his bond will be estreated.
And I'm probably gonna file this rarely does the state file FTAs, but
This would be.
this would be
Yeah,
appropriate, I
this is,
think.
there have been numerous, I'm keeping count.
We've never been able to essentially get them rearrested for failing to show up.
Okay. So, let me see if there's anyone else. And do you have anybody else on the document?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Under Mr. Medina, there's Shayna Ballard.
Okay,
She is not present.
let me get to that. Okay, this is another situation like Mr. Arreguin. This is Shanna Ballard, 25 CF 1470, and she is not present. And was her bondsman notified of today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the bondsman was notified of today. She failed to appear on December the 8th, so we notified the bondsman, Madam Clerk did, for today.
The state would request a no bond capias, Your Honor.
Yes, the court's finding that she's failed to appear today, and I'm issuing a capias, no bond, and I'm estreating the current bond. And are there, I think there's one other one on the docket. Mr. Diuante Bradby, which is 25 CF 1317, 25 CF 1477, and 25 CF 1478. He's on the docket, and I know there was an email because, Mr. Medina, you checked with Florida State Hospital, and he's on the list, correct?
I think it was number 96, so
Okay,
sounds like they don't know, they do not know when it'll be.
right.
But he is on the list.
But he is moving up on the
Moving
list.
hopefully up.
Okay. He, just so our record is clear, he was found to be incompetent, and found to meet criteria for involuntary hospitalization for competency restoration, and there's a backlog at the Florida State Hospital, so he's working his way up the list. As beds open up, they will transport him as soon as a spot's available for him. So perhaps I should set him for, don't think I set him for another date. Let me just check. Because I would like to set another control date just in case.
Actually, only today was set.
Okay, let's set Mr. Bradby for February 11th at 9 o'clock for another status. We'll just say competency status or status of transport to Florida State Hospital. If he has already gone to Florida State Hospital, then I don't want him to be held up going or brought back just for that if he's not ready to come back. But we just want to make sure he gets there. All right, that takes care of Mr. Bradby's 3 cases. And do you have any others?
Yes, ma'am, I have Zachary Brunson.
Oh, Zachary Brunson, that is 23 CF 436, 23 CF 475. Those are VOP cases. And the new law is 25 CF 150, and he is in federal custody. And
Your Honor, I don't have information, does Ms.
I'm trying to figure out what he was sentenced to. I don't have access to the online federal court systems to see that. I've been told by my colleague there's a way for me to make an account. I was trying to do that this morning, and they're telling me there's an issue with me logging into the new account I created. So I know he was sentenced, or I was told he would be sentenced in December. I'm just trying to figure out what that is, because that is going to base what I do with the state's case.
okay. So what would you like to do as far as next court date?
Your Honor, I think we should continue at a full cycle. He's not going anywhere, and if he ends up back here by some chance, then we'll proceed accordingly. But I don't think we need to put it on a short time frame, Judge.
That's no objection to the state, Your Honor.
That would be February 11th, pretrial conference at 9 o'clock in all 3 of Mr. Brunson's cases. And I think that's all that was on the docket.
Yes.
Great. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And Judge Oberleeson will be covering for me tomorrow. I have to be out of town.
Judge who, Your Honor?
Judge Oberleeson.